Hi everybody, and a very warm welcome to Susannah's Kitchen, wishing you a very Merry Christmas. And thank you for choosing to click on this video. So we make everything in the Ninja Foodi here, and Christmas is no exception. Of course, I don't expect you to be making a whole Christmas dinner for like 10 people using just one Ninja Foodi, but these recipes aren't just for Christmas Day. These recipes are for the full festive season. So I've got you covered with everything from party nibbles, starters, main courses, desserts, drinks. I've got the full works going on this December, so I really hope you enjoy these videos. Don't forget to give me a like below and subscribe to my channel as well. So today's recipe is an exclusive cookbook recipe. I've got a brand new Christmas cookbook that I have just released over on my website, which is www.susannahskitchen.uk. So go over there and grab yourself a copy. Now you don't need to worry about saving this video for today's recipe because there'll be a QR code in the cookbook which will link back if you do want to watch the recipe video again. And all my recipes are super achievable and of course really delicious. So I hope you enjoyed today's Ninja Foodi recipe. Let's go and start cooking. When you're preparing Christmas dinner and you've got lots of people coming over, it's really nice to have a vegetarian option. This is my Christmas nut roast and it's absolutely stunning. You'll find that people that aren't even vegetarian will have a bit of this as well. So we start off with something very Christmassy, which is whole chestnuts. My next ingredient is some walnuts. So I'm going to weigh those out into my bowl here. And the walnuts are going to go in the food processor with the chestnuts. This is what the chestnuts look like. Look at those. Now you do want to use food processor because you're going to get these to the absolutely right texture. Obviously, if you don't have one, then you're going to have to do a lot of work chopping these quite finely, but it can still be done. And then we want cashew nuts. And lastly, the thing that's going to add some beautiful sweetness is some dried apricots. It's funny, apricots are one of those things that I don't really enjoy, but as soon as they're in savoury food, I absolutely love them. So as you can see, we've got our nuts and chestnuts in there. The apricots go in. Give this a really, really good blitz. You want it to be just basically like crumbs. So it's probably going to take a good minute. And this is what it's going to look like when you've finished. So it is all really fine, the little breadcrumbs. Okay, so I've done a little bit more prep now into our nice kind of crumb mixture we've got here. Remember, this is the chestnuts, the two different nuts, the apricots. I put in my onion and I've diced this really, really finely. So that goes into the bowl. Now this is a fairly easy recipe to make. It's just a lot of kind of prep really, a lot of chopping and mixing. But other than that, it is really, really simple. Look at that, beautiful little jewels of purple just running through that. Now I used my food processor with my grater attachment so that I could do the carrot and the parsnip. Of course, you can do it by hand with a grater, that's absolutely fine. So let's get that in, not that piece. You can smell how sweet that carrot and parsnip is. Give that another little mix. I've also got fresh rosemary and thyme, and that goes in the bowl with everything. And then lastly, we're going to crush some garlic and we're going to get that in there as well. You also want to season this really well with some black pepper and some salt. And we want to add in our flour as well. So just sprinkle that over and we will stir that in. So let's give that first bit a little stir. And then going with the rest. Now that flour has been combined and it's coating everything we've got in the bowl, we want to start adding our water. And we want to start pressing this together so it all forms. So just do a little bit at a time. I always find it easier to use your hands with this type of recipe. I do always get a little bit messy. Don't worry if some of it comes out of the bowl. It's hard not to. And I've got a big bowl here. Just keep going with your water. And then once we've added all of the water and this is starting to form together, we're just going to let it sit for about 10 minutes or so. Now that my mixture has been sitting there for around 10 minutes, I have got myself a loaf tin that's going to fit into my Ninja Foodi. This one's part of the bakeware set and you can grab this if you do want it. It's listed on my accessories page and there's a link there over to Amazon so you get the correct one. These have been absolutely brilliant. It's a set of 3 and I use them all the time. So in there we've literally got a piece of parchment that's been scrunched up and then fitted in, and I've sprayed a little bit of olive oil around there as well. I'm going to get this in and then we can bake it. When this is baked, it will be turned over. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay in the bottom here 3 sage leaves, just at an angle. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing there. And that's going to look really nice and effective when we take this out. Our Christmas nut roast fits perfectly in that Ninja tin. What I'm going to do is I am going to trim up the edges slightly on this. And then I'm going to get that in Ninja on bake. I've got the rack in here, so I'm going to sit it on there and I'll be back when that is cooked. So this recipe is exclusive to my brand new Christmas cookbook. So get yourself a copy of that if you like the full ingredients list, the quantities, and also the cook time and method.